Do you ever feel like you're trying to be everything to everyone and ending up being nothing to no one? Today, we're going to change that. Welcome to episode 3 of our series on irresistible branding for studio pros. I'm Carl Bahner, and we're about to dive into the 3 niche circles that will help to define your sweet spot in the music industry. I've spent 2 decades not just working in this industry, but studying it. And I'll tell you that the most successful studio pros I've seen aren't the ones who tried to do it all. They're the ones who found their niche, their unique sweet spot where their style, problem-solving abilities, and personality all intersect. In today's video, we're going to explore a powerful concept I call the 3 niche circles. It's not just a theory, it's a practical tool that I've used to transform my own career and the careers of a ton of my students. This isn't just a theory, it's a practical tool that I've used to transform my own career and the careers of countless other studio pros. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to find your own sweet spot in the industry. Before we dive in, let's quickly recap the first 2 episodes in the series. In our first episode, we talked about why branding matters for studio pros. And in the second episode, we dug up your unique brand identity. And today in episode 3, we're going to take that identity and focus it like a laser beam on the clients who need you the most. Because the goal isn't just to get more clients, it's to get the right clients. The ones who value what you do, who you love working with, and who help you grow as a professional. And that's where the 3 niche circles come in. So what are the 3 niche circles? They're your style niche, your problem niche, and your personality niche. Let's break these down. Style niche is all about the specific musical characteristics that you excel in. Problem niche is about the unique challenges you're best at solving, and personality niche is about the types of people you work best with. Your sweet spot, it's right in the middle where all 3 circles overlap. That's where you'll find your ideal clients, the ones who are the perfect fit for you, and you're the perfect fit for them. Let's start with style niche. This goes way beyond broad genres like pop or rock. It's about understanding the specific musical characteristics that you're passionate about and excel in. For example, I love catchy vocals, massive rhythm sections, and nerdy little textures that nobody notices until the 10th time they've heard the song. Some pop music has those qualities and some pop music doesn't. Some rock does and some rock doesn't. Some hip hop does, some hip hop doesn't. Think about it. When I say I love catchy vocals, massive rhythm sections, and intricate little textures, that could apply to artists as diverse as Dua Lipa, Knocked Loose, Beyonce, Lorna Shore, and Casey Musgraves. On the surface, these artists might seem totally different, but they share these underlying qualities that I'm passionate about. Your style niche is about the non-genre specific characteristics shared by the music that excites and inspires you. It's about those underlying qualities and approaches you bring to your work, regardless of the genre label. This approach allows for much more flexibility and can lead to more diverse, creatively fulfilling work, especially in today's music industry where genre boundaries are increasingly blurry, to say the least. So my question for you is, what musical elements really pull you in? What are the things that really light you up when you're working on a project? That's your style niche. And remember, it's okay if it crosses across multiple genres. In fact, that's usually a strength. Next up is your problem niche. This is about the specific challenges you're uniquely qualified to solve. Most producers and engineers think in terms of the services that they offer, but I prefer to look at the problems that you're uniquely qualified to solve. This approach connects more deeply to your professional fit and the value that you bring to your clients. So instead of just listing services like mixing, mastering, or production, think about the specific challenges or pain points that you excel at addressing. For example, do you have a knack for rescuing problem mixes that others have given up on? Are you skilled at helping artists find their unique sound when they're stuck? Maybe you're like me and you're great at adding those little extra magic ear candy pieces to tracks to take them from good to great. Or maybe you excel at helping artists hit really tight deadlines without sacrificing quality. Your problem niche should play to your strengths and experiences. So my question for you is, what issues do you consistently solve for your clients? And what challenges do you find the most rewarding to overcome? And what problems do clients repeatedly seek you out to help them with? By focusing on problems rather than services, you're highlighting the outcomes that you provide, not just the tasks that you perform. This approach can set you apart in a very crowded market and make your expertise much more tangible to potential clients. Finally, let's talk about personality niche. This is about more than just getting along with your clients. Your personality niche is about finding the sweet spot between your working style, communication preference, and personal values, and where they all align with your ideal clients. Consider factors like communication style. Do you prefer daily check-ins or more independent work? Creative approach. Do you excel with clients who have a very clear vision or those who need more guidance? Your work pace. Are you energized by tight deadlines or do you prefer time to experiment? The artist's experience level. Do you enjoy mentoring newcomers or the challenge of working with seasoned professionals? Even your musical values. Do you prioritize innovation or do you want to honor musical traditions? Your personality niche isn't about limiting yourself. It's about recognizing where you thrive. When clients are in your personality niche, your work doesn't feel like work. You're energized by the clients, not drained by them. Defining your personality niche helps attract more of your ideal clients. They'll recognize themselves in your brand messaging and be drawn to working with someone who truly gets it. Now, here's where it all comes together. Your sweet spot is right in the middle where these three circles overlap. It's at the intersection of the music you love, the problems you're best at solving, and the people that you really click with. This intersection is your unique position in the market. It makes you not just another studio pro, but the go-to expert for a specific type of client. I know what you might be thinking. Well, Carl, isn't this too limiting? Am I narrowing my options too much? No, because here's the thing. We live in a world where literally tens of thousands of new songs are being released on Spotify every single day. So there are more than enough potential clients out there who might fit right into your sweet spot. And let's be realistic, not every client is going to fit perfectly in the center of all three circles. But if we start aiming for that sweet spot, you're more likely to attract clients who align with at least 2 out of the 3. And that's going to lead to much more fulfilling work and better long-term relationships. For example, you might work with someone whose style you love and whose personality really clicks with yours, even if the specific problem that they need solved isn't your favorite. Or you might take on a project that's right in your problem-solving wheelhouse, and it's with people that you love, but the style of music might be a little bit outside of your comfort zone. The key is to use these three circles as a guide, not a rule. They'll help you focus your efforts to attract the right kind of clients, but they're not meant to limit you entirely. Because remember, we're not just doing this for the next gig. We're building careers that we want to sustain for years, maybe even decades. And by focusing on the sweet spot, you're setting yourself up for long-term success and satisfaction. For me personally, the personality niche is the most crucial. I'd much rather work with cool people on a style of music that's not my absolute favorite than work with really difficult people in music that I like. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's the relationships that make this job fulfilling. So here's your challenge. Take some time to really think about where your three niche circles intersect. What's in that sweet spot for you? Once you've identified it, you can start tailoring your branding, your messaging, your outreach, your content, everything to attract those kinds of clients. The really beautiful thing is that when you're clear about your sweet spot, you become a magnet for those ideal clients. They'll see your messaging and think, finally, holy cow, this person really understands what I need. That's the real power behind understanding and communicating your sweet spot. Let's recap what we covered in this episode. Number 1, we talked about the 3 niche circles, your style niche, your problem niche, and your personality niche. Number 2, we talked about how to identify your specific niches in each area. And number 3, we talked about how to find the sweet spot between the intersection of those 3 circles. Now, here's your homework. Take your notes from each niche and start looking for patterns. Where do they overlap? That's your starting point for finding your ideal clients. In our next video, we'll be talking about how to craft a compelling brand story that speaks directly to those ideal clients. So trust me, you don't want to miss it. If you want to dive even deeper into these topics, I put together the Studio Pro's Guide to Irresistible Branding. The link's in the description. And if you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more content coming on how to thrive in this wonderful but weird modern music industry. Because remember, trying to please everyone is a recipe for getting lost in the crowd. So find your niche, own your niche, and start watching the ideal clients start gravitating towards you. Until next time, keep creating, keep branding, and most importantly, keep being authentically you. Your ideal clients are out there, and now you're one step closer to attracting them. See me in the next video.